Rishut Morabatai, we're starting the Perek Vav. Shemuel Bet, Perek Vav. So Baruch Hashem, so far David became king over the whole Kahal Israel. And now that he's a king, he has a mission. Right? What happened to the Aaron? Remember, Aaron was sent
to Palestinian, برگشت, با چیز برگشت.
Was gone to captivity, came back, right? What happened? People started dying in Ashdod, so they sent it to the house of Abinadab. This whole time was in the house of Abinadab, and who was in charge? The two sons of Abinadab were in charge. Uzziah and Chayot to take care of it. The whole time was there. Now, David wants to take care of it, bring it to Yerushalayim. Right? I'm in Yerushalayim, that's it. Let's bring it. You know the story. Okay. ויוסף, פסוק א', ויוסף עוד דוד את כל בחור בישראל 30,000. David gathered all the people of Israel, young people of Israel, 30,000 people he gathered to bring the Aaron. ויקום וילך דוד אל בכל העם אשר איתו מבעלי יהודה לעלות משם את ארון האלוהים. Right, they went, David and all the nation that was with him. Imagine a big crowd, they're all going, right, to bring Aaron. Very important job. from בעלי יהודה לעלות את אהרון האלוהים אשר נקרא שם, that the name was called upon it. What name? שם השם צבאות יושב הקרובים עליו. The name of Hashem Sebaot, Yosef Kerubim, upon the Aaron. This is the only place in the Torah that gives such a important name to Aaron. As usual, we say Aaron Hashem, but here it says Aaron HaKodesh, but here it says Hashem Sebaot, Yosef Kerubim. Why? He is referring to all this miracle that had just happened with Aaron not too long ago, time of Shoftim, right? That started killing the Palestinians, brought diseases to them, they put it on a wagon, the wagon came, the cars came straight to Israel. That was a whole Kiddush Hashem, right? Radak says, לפי שנקדש שמו של הקדוש ברוך הוא עליו בהיותו בשדה פלסטין. There was a Kiddush Hashem done with this Aaron when he was with the Palestinians, so therefore it's calling it Hashem Sebaot Yosef HaKerubim. Okay. Now the story starts. וירכיבו את אהרון האלוהים על עגלה חדשה. They put the Aaron Elohim, they ride it on a new wagon. ויסעוהו מבית אבינדב, and they carried it from the house of Abinadab אשר בגבעה, that was in גבעה. ועוזיה ואחיו בני אמינדב נוהגים את העגלה חדשה. The two sons of Abinadab that they were originally in charge, now they are leading the Agala. Let's take it, we lead it towards Yerushalayim. ויסעו מבית אבינדב אשר בגבעה עם Aaron Elohim, they carried it from the house of Abinadab that was in Giva with Aaron of Hashem. ואחיו הולך לפני Aaron. So the two sons, one of them was going in front. There is Uzziah, most probably in the back. Right? ודוד וכל בית ישראל משחקים לפני השם, and David and all Ben Israel are singing or celebrating in the back, right? In the לפני Hashem, in front of Hashem. בכל עצי בראשים, with all the cypress wood instruments. It's fine. Okay. ובכינרות, اسم celebration ובכינרות ובנבלים ובתופים ובמנענים ובסלסלים, these are all different instruments. כינורות are harps, נבלים are layers, tupim are drums, menanaim are the ones that shake and makes a noise, those are the timbrels, and cymbals, the salsalim cymbals that they bang. Yes. So all these instruments they brought, basically big celebration. Listen, we have to put this back up. You want to put this back.
Moshe این همه صفحه قبلش کدوم شما نمی‌خونید؟
چرا مرسی. اوکی.
دیگه فقط رفتی دست پیشش.
Okay, Josh, we're going to get to the places that we have to read. Okay, so basically, big celebration. They didn't go far until this accident happened. Vayavu ad Gor and Nachon, they came until Gor and Nachon was very little distance from where they started. Goren is the granary of Nachon. Vayishlach Uzziah el Aaron Elohim vayochaz bo, and Uzziah send what? Send his hand, right? Seemingly to Aaron of Elohim. He touched it. Why? Because vayochaz bo, and he was grabbing it. Kisham to Abakar, because the cows became loose. Something happened. The Aaron seemingly was tilted, about to fall. Uzziah went and grabbed it, and that was a big mistake.
It didn't hover anymore?
That's the whole thing. Vayichar af Hashem. We're going to get to it. Yes. Very good question. Vayichar af Hashem be'Uzziah vayikeu sham ha'elokim ala shachal. Hashem got angry at Uzziah and hid him over there. Hashem hid him over there because of the mistake. Shachal is a mistake. Vayamot sham im Aaron ha'Elohim, and died over there with Aaron ha'Elohim. Now a lot of explanation. Yeah, a lot of explanation. All of this we're going to explain. Okay, so what happened here? What's going on? Right? Why this even had to happen? Right? So Radak brings from Masechet Sotah that it says that David made a mistake here. What kind of a mistake? A mistake that afilu tinokot shed ben Rabban? No. The little children know this. Pasuk from the Torah. Clear pasuk. No, what does it say? Bakatef Esau. David made a mistake in that. Put it on a wagon. Right? You have a clear pasuk. We're going to read the Radak. He's going to bring you the pasuk. Right? So that over there, the Masechet Sotah, David made a mistake that afilu tinokot shel ben Rabban. Even the little kids, little 6-year or 7-year-old kid ask him, the pasuk, how do you carry Aaron? Obviously, bakatef Esau. You have to carry it with the shoulder. Right? How come David had to make this mistake? Gemara over there says that David said something that Hashem wanted to see. He said, oh, you said this? I'll show you. He said what? He said Divrei Torah is like a song. If you look at the Tehillim, Kuf Yutat, Tet, it says, Zemirot hayuli chukecha. Your Torah for me is like a song. Like Zemirot. Right. Hashem said, oh, you're calling my Torah this? Torah that even hair of Apam, you blink, you forget it. You call it Zemirot? I show you something, I show you how you could make a mistake that even Tinokot Shel Ben Rabban know it. Okay? That was his mistake. He put it in a wagon. That's why this whole thing, tragedy happened. So what was David's cheshbon? What was he thinking? Right? You're going to see what was he really thinking that he made this. David knows all the Torah. How could he make a mistake like this? We're going to take, first of all, Radak first says, how come Pelishtim also put the Aaron on a wagon and nothing happened? Over there, they're not mesuveh. Hashem didn't command them. They're going. Whatever they came to their mind that this kavod for Aaron, that's what they did. Right? They were scared. They put him in the wagon. Go. Right? Pelishtim lo yodim minag masa Aaron. They didn't know this law how you carry Aaron. Right? Sha'ar elokho agla chadasha uparot asher lo ala alehem ol. They took whatever they thought is a kavod. New wagon, the cows that they've never carried. Okay, let's go. Aval Israel, shahayu yodim masa Aaron. Right? כמו שכתוב בתורה ולבני קהל לא נתן. Right? It says Israel knew that how to carry Aaron because what? When the Nasim donated the agalot, the wagons, it says Libnei Kehat Donatan. Moshe didn't give them to Bnei Kehat. Why? Because they were carrying Aaron. Ki Abodat Kodesh Alehem Bakatef Isau. They have Abodat Kodesh, which is they carry Aaron. Bakatef Isau, they have to carry with the shoulder, not wagon. So over there, clear pasuk tells you have to carry Aaron with the shoulder, not with the wagon. Okay, so therefore. Radak says, חטאו בזה. לפיכך יראה הקדוש ברוך הוא קדושת אהרון בשני פנים. So therefore Hashem showed the קדושת אהרון in two phases. Right? בשמיטת הבקר ובמות עוזיה. First, the cows went out of control. Right? And then Uzziah died. Two simanim. Right?
But why David HaMelech didn't know that you got to carry him?
We're gonna get that to that also.
And why was he punished? He was trying to hold that from.
We're gonna get to that also.
بلندشون کرده
بله
بلندشون کرده ارون اونا رو بلند کرده
He knows, that's it. He knows the answer. Okay, והעניין אשר שגג דוד בזה, it's your question. Why did David do such a mistake? Right? מקרא מפורש, clear pasuk. חשב כאילו יחד בזה. He thought this is not a sin. Right? אשר יישא בעגלה, אף על פי שכתוב בכתב יישאו. Even though it's written for that generation when they were carrying the Mishkan. Right? כי אמר באותו זמן במדבר סיבה הקל כי לפני שהיו במשכן נושא בעגלה, since everything in the Mishkan was carried with the wagon, and compared to that Aaron was carried with the shoulder. Okay, we're comparing, right? Now that we don't have Mishkan to carry with the wagon, so we could carry Aaron with the shoulder. That's what he did, comparing together, and then that was his mistake. You cannot compare to Kedushat together, right? So he says over there, they wanted to show Kedushat, right? Kedushat Aaron is more than Kedushat Mishkan. That's why Hashem wanted to make it something separate, differently. Do differently. Everything is with wagon, this with katan. But here, the only thing we carrying, David says, is the Aaron. So we are allowed to carry it with the Agala. בזמן שלא היה שם משכן, when there is no משכן, חשב שאין חטא. He thought there is no sin אם יישא בעגלה. ועוד כי בעגלה בא משדה פלשתים. And then also David said, oh, look, he came from Sade Philistine with Agala, so I am also going to carry it with Agala. Ubaze Shagag. That was his mistake. Right? Was a calculated mistake. Basically was a mistake. Now, what happened to Uzziah? Why did Uzziah have to suffer here? Right? Gemara over there talks about he had other problems, also respect, right? Respect of the animal. And also, here Rashi says, Al Hashalal, Al Hashigiga, Shahaya lo lidrosh, Kal Vachomer. He should have made Kal Vachomer that Mr. Balachani just said. What did he say? No say, no sab, no say. The Aaron was carrying the ones who carry him. You think was these people carrying Aaron, such a heavy box they're carrying? They were carrying it. Aaron was carrying them. Where is your proof? When they wanted to pass the Yarden, what did Aaron do? Pick them up, put them on the other side. Right? Who a small local chicken cannot carry itself? One Mefarish I saw is like a later Rabbanim, Rab Schwartz. He says from the Pasukim, he makes a diuk from the Pasukim. He says what? Look at the way he says in the Pasuk. He says Vaishlach Uza. He sent, right? So he wants to say maybe Uzzah did something that Aaron starts shaking, and he's going to grab it, and it looks like a hero to everybody. Oh, look what I did! I saved it, right? You know, sometimes people do such things like that. He wants to say maybe he did like that, okay? And then it says what? Vayomocham Aaron Elohim. He died with Aaron. Why does it say with Aaron Elohim? That means from this Gemara says Rabbi Yehuda says that he, the same way Aaron Elohim is forever, he was also forever. He didn't get destroyed. What does it mean? He has Olam Haba. He went straight to Olam Haba. Why? Even though he made a mistake, but he had a good kavanah. Right? Naturally, you want to save something false, you want to save it. Right? So he had a good kavanah. Okay, so then it says, even people who get punished for certain things that they do wrong, but they have a good intention, like Penina, that gun, but still the reward for their good intention is waiting for them. Hashem is eventually going to give them the reward for their good intention also. So here he had a good intention, seemingly according to at least. She got punished
because she wanted
but then herself she didn't lose her olam haba. Similar to this, right? So that's it. The Radak also brings that Kal V'chomer, Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem said, how dare you touch the Aaron, right? No sab, no say, as small local again. Aaron carries the ones that carry him. He could carry itself. David got upset because Hashem breached a bridge to Uzziah. Basically, Uzziah died right there. So David was in the stage of simcha, right? Happiness. Now he became upset. He said, "Oh, we have to stop this." Why? Because it felt he doesn't deserve to Aaron to become to him anymore, because he's not in the same stage of happiness anymore, right? So when you are not in a stage of happiness, that's it. You cannot. It felt it doesn't deserve it anymore. Don't bring the Aaron to my house anymore.
Doesn't that show like the human side of Uzziah? He knew he knew that the Aaron would not fall over.
Yes.
That's why he got punished. But that
Naturally,
also shows in the panic he wanted to. So that shows you.
It's a natural reaction.
Right.
You're saying, but they should have done. They should have been more respectful with Aaron, right? Right. Same thing. Like let's say Torah is odd. Right? Hechal is open, right? Someone comes and says, "Hi, how are you?" Naturally, you say hi. But you have to know the respect of the Torah. You cannot do that. Torah is open. You cannot talk. You can't say, hi, how are you? Even someone talks to you,
You can't say shalom.
you can't. Right? It's very important. Like respect of the Torah. You have to know how to have respect of the Torah. But obviously that only the falling that you're not allowed to touch it, that only applied to Aaron, that no one ever touched it. Even the Levim that carried it, they were not allowed to touch it. Another mistake that they say he did, David do, who are these people that are carrying it, that they are not Levim. Uzzah wasn't a Levi, right? Torah clearly says Levim have to carry it. Right? We have a Levi here. Levim have to carry. Why did he give it to regular people to carry? Just because they took care of it? Okay, they took care of it, their job is done. Give it to Levim. That's another mistake that we'll see David starts to fix. לדוד על אשר פרס השם בפרס ועוזיה ויקרא למקום ההוא פרס עוזיה. So the name of that place became Peres Uzziah. 6 steps from where they started, you'll see so.
6 step.
Yeah,
How is that fair?
that's it. Very short distance. Right away Hashem gave them the message. עד היום הזה. So the place is still called Peres Uzziah until היום הזה, when they wrote the book. וירא דוד וירא דוד את השם ביום ההוא. David was fearful from Hashem on that day. ויאמר איך יבוא אלי אהרון השם? So he said, how can I bring Aaron Hashem to me? No, I'm not in the same stage anymore, same stage of happiness, right? That happiness brings Ruach Kodesh. No more. Now I became upset because of this. I cannot handle Aaron. Don't bring it to my house. ולא אבא דוד להסיר אליו את אהרון השם. So David refused, didn't accept to bring the Aaron of Hashem to El Ir David, to his town, the town of David. So what did he do? ויתהו דוד בית עובד אדום הגיתי. So he turned it around, redirected it to house of Oved Edom Hagiti, which was Levi. So that was his first tikkun, basically. Now I gave it to Levim to take care of it. Okay? Goes to house of Oved Edom. וישב אהרון השם בית עובד אדום הגיתי 3 חודשים. So the Aaron was stayed in the house of Oved Edom Hagiti 3 months. ויברך השם את עובד אדום ואת כל ביתו. And Hashem gave a blessing to Oved Edom and to all his house. Beto means his wife, all his house. Rashi, right? First Rashi, Oved Edom, Levi haya. So בדברי ימים proves that he was Levi. ויברך השם אשתו ושמונה כלותיה. His wife and 8 of his kalot. That's the daughter-in-laws. ילדו 6 בנים בכרס אחד. They all gave birth to 6 boys in one stomach. 6 plus each one of them. So his wife plus 8 of his kalot, 9 ladies gave birth to 6 each. That's 54 new babies in one shot. Imagine how much diapers you need in one house. Plus the 8 of his own sons. So in Divrei Yamim says he had 62 kids. Oved, right?
So it's a good thing to bring the Sefer Torah to our house.
Lots of barakah to him. Okay, so Bale. Divrei Yamim comes and calls it appellity. Where was it? Mm-hmm. Okay, that was the Rashi. So basically, lots of blessing. Et kol beto here, Radak. Ve'et kol beto is that pasuk Yut Bet, right before it gets by. Right? Banav ubenotav v'chol asher lo haya lahem bracha. Bebanim ubeosher ubetosefet tova. So not only children, they had children, the babies, osher, wealth, and tosefet tova bekol. Everything that they touched became gold. Everything good. Whatever they did became good for them. Bechol davar. Me'et shaya Aaron bebeto. From the time that Aaron came to his house, this blessing came. Right? So where do we see this? Here is the berachot. ואת כל ביתו זה אשתו, ושמונה כלותיו. שילדו שישה בכרס אחד, each one gave birth to 6 boys. Right? וסמכו על זה, על מה שכתוב בדברי הימים, where do we see this? in דברי הימים, gives a hint. It says, פלותי השמני כי ברכו השם. Calls him פלותי השמני, because he had already 8 children, ki baruch Hashem, v'chatu uchtiv, and then it says, shishim u'shtayim le'over. He had how many kids? 62. His kids plus his grandchildren also considered as his. 62. Again, 9 times 6 is 54, plus 8 of his own. 62 kids, right? Bale. So that's the bracha that he got.
Amen. Happy, healthy.
Okay? ויוגד למלך.
همشون لوی بودن دیگه.
همشون لوی. Imagine. That's a good observation. Only Levi. Right? They're all Levi. Okay, ויוגד למלך דוד. They went and reported to David. ברך השם את בית עובד אדום ואת כל אשר לו. That Hashem blessed the house of Obed Edom and everything that he has בעבור אהרון האלוהים. Because of Aaron Aaron. There's one little problem here. It says that Aaron was there only 3 months. So how did David know about all this blessing? Right? So some say, okay, they were pregnant, they became pregnant. He said, oh, all of a sudden everyone is pregnant with the big stomachs. So he knew it must be more than one. And he saw other blessings that coming. He's getting rich and all the good things are happening to him. Oh, people went and told David, oh, look what's going on. Lots of bracha came. Right? And then later on, they all gave birth to 6 each. וילך דוד ויעל את אהרון האלוהים מבית עובד אדום עיר דוד בשמחה. So David said, oh, that's a good sign. Aaron doesn't just kill you, it brings you bracha. Let's bring it back to
the palace.
To Yerushalayim. So David went and brought Aaron from house of Obed Edom to Ir David, to the town of David, with simcha. Again, with all the joy and happiness. ויהי כי סעדו נושא אהרון השם 6 צעדים, when they stepped, the ones who carried Aaron, now they're carrying it with a shoulder. Again, that's right. So they fixed everything. But what happened? Every 6 step that they took, ויזבח שור ומרי, and David would bring a cow and a fattened ox and make it shechita over there, right there.
Every 6 steps?
Every 6 step. Why? Because this happened after the 6th step. Right? Uzzah died. So every 6 steps, 1 cow, 1 fattened ox. Make a bama right there. There's no Yerushalayim yet. There's bama mutar. Right there, do the shechita.
کباب میخواستم بخورم
And-
چیکار میکنی؟
Ola for Hashem.
همه شورا بوده؟
It doesn't say. It just says Beizbach. Okay? I would assume.
کردم میخوردم
I would assume it's for Hashem. ודוד מחרקל בכל עוזו, and David was dancing with all his might. Imagine David HaMelech dancing, jumping up and down. Have you seen when there's the Simchat, the Hachnasat Torah, big rabbis come and dance in the street? You're like, what are they doing? Right? Kavod of Torah. You put your own kavod down for kavod of Torah. So David was dancing with all his might, Lifnei Hashem. But David Chagur ephod bad, and he was wearing a linen garment, ephod. Right? The David, basically for celebration. He was put a special garment for celebration. But David בכל בית ישראל מעלים את אהרון השם בתרועה ובקול שופר. And David and all Israel, they bringing up the Aaron towards Yerushalayim with the teruah, with the songs and kol shofar. והיה אהרון השם בא עיר דוד. So once the Aaron was coming towards Ir David, who sees that? Michal, his wife. Michal bat Shaul, nishkafa ba'ad hachalon. She gazes from the window, vatiret hamelech David, and she sees David. Oh, what is he doing? Dancing in front of everyone. What kind of king are you? Right? He's a dancing, jumping. Right? Mefazez, limping and mecharcher and dancing לפני Hashem, ותבז לו בליבה, and he became disgraced to her in her heart. she said that آبروریزی, that's the
مزنه امروزه که میگن آبروریزی میکنی،
That's
حرف
it.
نزن، رقص نکن، چرا میری، چرا
So what happened?
ها؟
She didn't like it. She said, she's a royal family. You're royal. What are you doing? Right? ויבוא דוד, ויביאו את אהרון השם, לבנות אהרון השם, וישיגו אותו במקומו, and they set it up in its place, בתוך האוהל אשר נטל לו דוד, in the tent that David prepared for it. ויעל דוד עולות לפני השם ושלמים, and then David brought Olah and Shlamim. That's it. All celebration done. Aaron is
very supposed to
is
be.
very supposed for now, because the next step is what? Build Beit HaMikdash. Right? It's the job of a king. Okay? So for now, I brought it here until we build the Beit HaMikdash, put it in Beit HaMikdash. So he brought Olah Shlamim. ויכל דוד מעלות העולות. Once David finished to bring all this עולות and Shlamim sacrifices to Hashem, ויברך את העם בשם השם צבאות, and he blessed the nation with the name of Hashem. ויחלק לכל העם, and he divided to all the nation, give them gifts. לכל המון ישראל, to the whole the multitude of Israel, למאיש ועד אישה, from man to lady, לאיש חלת לחם, for each person one challah of bread, אחד, one challah, ואפשר אחד, and a portion of meat, one portion of meat, ואשישר, אשישר is a container, there was wine in it, אחד. So imagine how much he spent. All the Jews, he sent all these, right? So this was part of the celebration. וילך כל העם איש לביתו, and everyone went to their house. וישב דוד לברך את ביתו, and David came back to give a blessing to his house. ותשא מיכל בת שאול לקראת דוד, and Michal calls her Bat Shaul, right? She still has the ideas of Shaul in her head. She comes to greet David. Vatomer, now she talks to him psychologically. She says what? Man ichbad hayom mamelech. Oh, look how honorable today is the king. Right? She's giving it to him. Look what you did. Oh, what an honor you made for yourself. Melech Israel, the king of Israel. Asher nigla hayom le'enei amahot abadav. That you expose yourself today in front of the maid service and servants. Right? You went in front of everybody. That's it. You made yourself small. Expose yourself. Keigalod niglod achad harekim. Just like one of the rekim, the empty ones, they go expose themselves. The people who have no honors, they go do this. You did the same thing. What kind of king are you? What did you do? She was like giving it to him. Huh? You are royal blood. What did you do such a thing? Vayomer David. Now David is going to give it back to her. Vayomer David el Michal. David told Michal, Lifnei Hashem asher bachar bi me'avich. I did this in front of Hashem that chose me from your father. You see, why do you think your father is not the king and I'm a king? He was worried what people think. Right? Remember all these problems he had? He didn't wait for Shemuel to come, he brought the sacrifice. He didn't kill the Agag because of people. Every mistake in there, people, what people going to do? Oh, people are living, right? People. No, I care about Hashem. Right? Hashem, in front of Hashem that chose me. From mi abich, from your father. Mikol Beto and all his children, where are his children? They're all gone, right? Lesabot oti nagid al am Israel. He appointed me to be am al am Hashem al Israel. He appointed me to be a leader, ruler on am Hashem and Israel. V'sachakti lifnei Hashem. Yes, I rejoiced in front of Hashem. Right? V'nikalti od mizod. I would even bring myself down even more than that. I would do it even more. Right? V'haiti shafala be'enav. And I would be low in his eyes. Why? In front of Hashem, who am I? And with all these maid servants that you said, Imam Echabeda, with them I be honored. They know that I'm doing it L'Shem Shamayim. They honor me, not that they don't look at me the way you think, oh, they're going to look at me down, like put me down. They're going to give me more kavod now. So punishment of Michal for this was what? Ule Michal bat Shaul lo haya la velad ad yom mota. And Michal bat Shaul didn't have children until the day that she died. So there's a whole machloket. She didn't have any children from now on, but before she had. Right? So because what we remember, one of the wives that he says was Eglah, and she had a child. So they said, okay, over there she had maybe one, and then after that, once she said this, no more children, and she became, that was her punishment. And some said, no, that Eglah is someone else, and Michal never had a child at Yom Motah, because Divrei Yamim counts one of her children, and there's also machloket, that the day she died had children, or some said not even that she didn't have. Okay? We stop here.